What up, y'all? Hello, 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 hello. Good to see everybody. Happy Monday for show. Um, I just watched a video that For the Record did. Y'all know who he is. Um, he's out there, he's growing. And for those of you that are not subscribed to him, Jonathan, or one of you mods, go ahead and put his link in the description here or in the chat, excuse me. I just wanted to, you know, there's always somebody watching. There's always somebody seeing behavior that that citizens really feel highly. How would I put it? Enacted when they see this tyrannical behavior that they themselves cannot identify because there is no man in the uniform supposed to talk to any citizen in this manner, that especially while engaged in a constitutionally protected activity, let alone them just being a citizen or an individual on a sidewalk that is watching and rubbernecking like anybody else. And the attitude that this blue line thug shows in this is just unfreaking real, guys. From the very start, I just want to be I just want to be transparent, okay? So I want to show you guys for the very beginning um how this video starts off. So you could see for yourself that it wasn't in any way provoked or anybody messing with anybody's manhood here. It was just a couple people with cameras, like other people that record on a public sidewalk. And, these tyrannical people that has a bargaining agreement that took an oath that's connected to their excuse me, something just I was just looking at my phone. Okay. This literally it's connected to their code of conduct. And there's nowhere in the code of conduct does it say only respect people when you feel like it. Only present yourself when it suits you in a good manner. Only reflect a good attitude and a professional, moral attitude when you feel like it. I guarantee it. Nowhere in their code of conduct does it say that. If anything, it's the nimbus to that. It's exact opposite. It tells them to honor and respect the public and hold yourself with integrity. You understand? But before I go on, I just want to give a shout out to my people that are in here. Hello, Jonathan. It's always a pleasure seeing you, brother. Seek and Destroy Audits. What's up? Rob McBride. What up? What up? What up? What up? Hit me up after this, Rob. Make sure that you remind me to holler at you because I got a question for you. Let's see. Oklahoma Outlaw. What up? Gotta Kratom. What is that? Keto on Kratom. What's up, man? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Randall, what's happening? Broken, what's going on, brother? And what the heck is going on with this? Again, I'm seeing this again. Now, this is weird. This is getting really weird because this is the fourth time I've handled this, Broken. And I don't understand. Let me make sure it's you. Yeah, I don't understand why YouTube is doing this, but we'll talk about it later because I am not going to let anything get in the way or get me in a bad mood or anything. I'm trying to keep myself. There you go, Broken. I'm sorry, brother. As a matter of fact, I said I would be giving other people as well. 4 months. Hey, appreciate that, man. 4 months being a loyal member and mod. Appreciate you very much. Let's add another mod today. Yeah. People need to know that they're welcome here. And let's see, transparency time. You know what? Let's give you a mod today. Yeah. We gotta, you guys need to start growing your channels. And I want to say this for the record before I go on. I want everybody, if possible, please surpass me. Put the work in. Get the word out. Our guy, you know what? You've been around a while too. So let me go ahead and just give you a monitor. There you go. I said that I would build my mods back up again. We need good moderators and people that love this community for what it really is, and not for the horse trade some people treat it. And we're down with just trying to do our best to. Oops, I'm sorry. My camera got screwed up somehow. I don't know how, but it did. The position. My wife must have been cleaning in here without me knowing it. Anyway, yeah, and yeah, so got a long day tomorrow, and we got a surprise for y'all. So I'm not gonna spoil the surprise, but a bunch of us are getting together, and we're gonna go out and do an audit together, and it's gonna be an awesome day tomorrow. Anyway, so let me get back to point here. So what we got here is, for the record, he's got 3,552 subscribers. People, you definitely need to go. This guy's putting in the work here. Go and subscribe to him. He's definitely doing what he needs to be doing as far as a supporting auditor out here doing his best. So I'm going to go ahead, without further ado, and show you what exactly I'm talking about when I say another example of the thin blue line gangster behavior. And it always shows. You see the rest of them that don't have that patch on, they're not talking like that. They might enable that. They might, not be as anxietied out as this guy, but they might back him just a little bit, but they don't come out with the aggressiveness, and it shows. And it's just another example. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. As you speak through this, because it's important that I do. They're walking through here, right? There's already a scene, and there's 50 people on the sidewalk already. Let's say 25. Right? See that? And what we got here is that what is that? Albro Rouge, whatever that is, city police. All right. I want you guys to watch this behavior.
So what's going on, man?
Now you see that? For the record says, hey, what's going on, man? He's being cordial. He's being nice. He's being respectful, right? Doing what he's constitutionally allowed to do. And listen, pay attention to this guy more than anybody. This guy right here.
Don't worry about it. What's going on? Nothing going on.
Don't worry about it. Where at in your code of conduct do you hear it tell you to engage your bosses like this?
What's going on? Nothing going on. Don't worry about it. So what's going on, man? Don't worry about it. What's going on? Nothing going on.
Wow. That right there, I don't care who you are. I don't care what side of politics you're on. Know that you are a steward of society if you go up into any business on the block and buy a candy bar, 6-pack, napkins at a store, whatever, gas at a gas station. You're a taxpayer. You pay this individual here as an individual steward yourself to employ this public servant. And where do we get off letting them talk to us like this?
Don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about it, dude. Is that the way you act to? That's the way you talk to the public, man? That ain't the way you talk to us.
So he just rebuked him like a kindergartner teacher would a student. And look at the disdain that, for the record, is trying to articulate. And he does it well. And he has patience with them. He doesn't, cuss them out and get all crazy with them. And he just sticks to pointing out his mistakes. Hey, Indiana, how you doing? Daryl Kinks. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say that too bad. I don't know, man. You live in an Orwellian totalitarian country now. I would still better be here where we still are a pubic hair above that. Because you guys don't have freedom of speech. You only have freedom of expression. Our framers put it a little better. We're just so spoiled over here that we're not paying attention as well as your country isn't. And that is why your country is having its problems. That is why they're looking at people that deliver their goods as domestic terrorists instead of trying to control the masses with a provocative action from one of our enemies that y'all made one of your allies because he's up in Montreal doing freaking war games and doing things, and he's committed a UN violation. If anything, the Canadian traitor over there was up there in Montreal look it up, Google it, doing military exercises with the most propagated country in the world that made a provocative action that released this biological weapon on us. See, right now we're just a bunch of pussies because we have a president and all Congress and Senate. They're all involved in this conspiracy. If you're YouTubers like me and you've been paying attention, you've been watching the pandemic and you've seen the whole thing, that's not misinformation. They're the ones that put it out. They're the ones that educated us. All of our leadership did a video on it, put it out. Then they took it off. So if you didn't see that video, I suggest you find it somewhere. It's somewhere floating in YouTube. Just go to the dark web. You'll find everything. But you'll see them conspiring. Anyway, it's this behavior right here that Cubans, Venezuelans, Egyptians, Libyans, Russians, Chinamen are all coming to our borders right now because they're trying to get away from this. But yet they bring this stuff with them and they end up giving birth to a second or third generation brother like this right here. And now he's turned into the very thing that his ancestors ran from. And my ancestors ran from. Ain't that a bitch? Think about it, y'all. Think about it.
What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number?
Boom! There you go. He's wearing it backwards, too.
Oh, that's why he talks like that.
Always be ready. I wonder what that little symbol is right there. Somebody take a screenshot of that and blow that up for me. And if it's any significance, let me be the judge of that, because I seen a one. That's how I was able to identify the one asterisk flag joined in with this blue line flag, because the one asked to save comes from the Navy SEAL, right? Because he's an army of one. He takes out many, right? And he only has one ass to cover. And he's not supposed to be covering his ass. So if that's another one of them little freaking symbols, we'll front that off too. Let's pay attention.
Look, it's got a blue line flag right on there. You're gonna have to take that off, brother. You're gonna have to take that off. That ain't part of your uniform. You can't be putting propaganda on your uniform.
And that's awesome because For the Record is basically paraphrasing what most of their code of conduct says. They're not allowed to add to their uniform unless it is approved by their chief. I've read a lot of code of conduct that said so. And it's usually the uniform is uniformic. It's supposed to be pretty much the same everywhere. A badge, a gun, hardware, emergency gear, and an identification. Them are the basics. Okay. And I think somebody sent me a message. Hopefully it is of what we were speaking on just now. And let's see. Yeah, let me blow that up. Thanks, my brother. Oh, man, it's not clear enough. Let me see if I can. I appreciate it. I blew it up and it's not clear enough. It looks like a symbol of something, but you guys keep sending it. Get as clear as you can. Maybe blow it up and then take a picture of it and get it as so. If you can blow it up and see it yourself, then you know that I could see it. Hey, Four Corners, what's up, baby? How you doing?
Look
buddy?
at this guy with a blue line flag on his uniform.
Yeah, I support it. I would die for the blue line flag.
Why don't you die
I
for?
will die. I need to translate this. See, I love how new auditors come out here and they just start. They go with their own intuition. He's got a way of articulating what's happening here, and he's right so far. I'm just going to put it in a more lawful, not legal. Lawful, the difference between lawful and legal. We went through that lesson, right? Lawful is constitutional. Legal is that. It's corporate law that allows them to make their little rules and call it a law because they legalized it, not lawfulized it. They didn't. It's because it's unconstitutional. You're not supposed to defy, deface, decolor, affix anything to that flag in any commercial capacity while being in service. That means police officers and all our military.
The American flag. That's what you should die for. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, see, that is a proper displayed flag. So you heard what the gang member said, ladies and gentlemen. What do we hear the gang member say, ladies and gentlemen? What do we hear him say? Let's listen to that again. Let's listen to that again. Let me get all this out of the way here. Yeah, we will get rid of that. We even get rid of me. Here, let's listen to that again.
A blue line flag right on there. You're gonna have to take that off, brother. You're gonna have to take that off. That ain't part of your uniform. You can't be putting propaganda on your uniform. Look at this guy with a blue line flag on his uniform.
Yeah, I support it. I would die for the blue line flag.
I will die for my colors. I will die for my gang. That's all I hear. I don't hear anything sovereign coming out for the United States. I hear him talking about his gang members and his gang symbol. And thanks For the Record and Four Corners for making this, man. Again, this is both the man falls off the balcony at a nightclub and another man is arrested. Four Corners and I record. See? Very clear. Very clear. Thank you for recording this. We appreciate your work, guys. Thank you for being here. And I when I see a video that fits the narrative that I've been splurring out forever, all this truth, and just to show you, if you haven't seen it, I'm going to show you guys what's unique about Michigan. Oops. I think it's this. This is it. No. For some reason, my computer is acting up again. Why? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just play this, and I'll show you at the end. But I'm sure the most of you've seen it. But you can't defy, deface, the color, demark. We are very unique out of the 49 and out of the rest of the 49 states. It's in federal law, but in Michigan law, it tells us that they can't do that, and it's well written and it covers every area.
Why don't you die for the American flag? That's what you should die for. Yeah, right there. That's what it is. And look at, you got two different things there. You're separating them. You're separating both of them.
Hey, can I have you guys not ask the people? Can I have you guys move out here, please? Thank you.
You're here to keep an eye on these guys. And who are you?
Are you just drinking in public? Is that how you do? Drinking alcohol in public? Huh?
Maybe.
Maybe? And you need to stop fucking
Well,
harassing me.
what
and
makes
need to
you? What
fucking
makes
leave.
you think so?
Wow. So this guy, you see this? This guy right here has the audacity, right? This crap, this turd has the audacity to start cussing and is basically creating a disturbance while this guy's engaged in a constitutionally protected activity. So
Keep an eye on these guys. And who are you?
Are you just drinking in public? Is that how you do? Drinking alcohol in public? Huh?
Maybe.
see, that gave him authority. This guy thought he had authority, guys. You understand what I'm saying? He literally thought he had authority here. He thought he had him. He thought that he can gaslight him to the point to where he can intimidate him. But for the record, yeah, my boy.
Maybe? And you need to stop fucking
Well,
harassing me.
what
and
makes
you?
you?
Need to
What
fucking
makes you
leave.
think so?
You need to stop fucking harassing me. And you need to fucking.
You know what's good about the state of Michigan? Let me show you something else about the state of Michigan real quick. About what this Okay, I'm a little slow tonight. Forgive me, guys. I've been a little under the weather, so I'm just getting back on my feet again. All right. So in the harassment law, all right, whoa, what did they change here? Okay, that's not it. My fault. All right, yeah. I refloated my whole computer, so it's like little. All right, there it is. I overlooked it. I needed to make it bigger so I can see. So you guys will be able to see it too. And this, it defines what harassment is right here, right? So I'll share this real quick just to show you. And this is what I love about Michigan law, because they've already fought these laws, right? That's why it's in the law for what it really is. Oh man, what I do. Better leave that alone. Dang. I'm getting, what the heck? All right, there we go. And then over here, click on this side. All right, cool. So what we're looking at here is harassment. See, look at this. See this? Harassment means the conduct directed towards a victim that includes, but is not limited to, repeating and continued unconsented contact with a cause of reasonable that would cause a reasonable individual to suffer an emotional distress and actually cause the victim to suffer an emotional distress. Harassment does not. Are we ready? Guys ready? Look at this. This is awesome right here. Harassment does not include constitutionally protected activity or conduct that serves a legitimate purpose. So you can see the tyrant don't even know his own law. That's why he's so messed up. He needs to read, and this came from the USC that broke everything down, and some people have narrowed it down to what we have here today. Okay, so I'm going to move on with this video. I think it's a good video because it shows the real, the bad, the good, the bad, the ugly in people. And it shows, hey, Boyle Corruption, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. It just shows that this person is all messed up. And whoever gave this guy any authority to be out here, oh my God, shame on him. Look at this guy over here. He's like, his eyes are down because I think this little training officer has no, he don't have a star. That's not even a training officer. This guy is like the starting site. He's being trained to be a supervisor.
Leave.
I don't need to leave anywhere.
I can say whatever I fucking
I don't
want.
need to leave
Wow.
anywhere.
Fucking leave, dude.
I don't need to leave
Stop
anywhere.
fucking
This is
harass
the
me
public.
then. Stop
This is the
fucking harass
public.
me then.
You're
Public,
allowed to
stop
be
harass.
under
Okay?
public
Go fucking
scrutiny.
go to public then.
You're under our
Okay?
public scrutiny.
No, I'm
You're
not.
supposed to be
I'm not
under
for
our
fucking
scrutiny.
shit.
You are, especially
Yeah, I
like
fucking
that.
have a blue line in my fucking hat. What you
Look
gotta
at
do
that.
about it?
Look at that.
Huh?
Look at him
What you gotta
stepping
do
up.
about
Look at
it?
him.
See that intimidation factor? Now, for the record, to be fair, police officers, when he's off duty, he's allowed to display whatever he wants on his free time. The Supreme Court of the nation gave us the written case law, and there's tons of it, where freedom of expression and freedom of speech, you are allowed to desecrate and wipe your ass with that flag if you want to, and the real American flag, and burn it and all that other stuff. But I couldn't imagine anybody doing that. And if you are, I don't appreciate it, because I love my country. Just because we got bad representatives doesn't mean that it's a country's fault. It comes from out of our leadership, ladies and gentlemen.
Stepping right up to him. Is that the way you act? Is that the way you act to the
Stop
public?
harassing us.
You see that? See how the way he acts? This guy got all butt hurt. All butt hurt.
He's very ignorant. This is what I would call a pignoramus. I would go right at him and I would troll the hell out of him.
This guy works for us, and that's the kind of attitude he has. This guy needs to get fired. What's your name and badge number, buddy?
I work with my own. I don't.
What's your name and badge number?
I do my own.
Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, what are you guys?
You want my first name, my last name?
No, I don't want your first and last name.
So why is he? Oh, so they're rent-a-cops. This guy's a rent-a-cop on the public dime. Oh my God, he's easier. He don't have the amount of qualified immunity this cop does right here. Okay, even this bozo's got more qualified immunity than this rent-a-cop. Wow, because he's out there on the streets saying that he don't have to, and there's no way that we would employ somebody to be that disrespectful as a third-party cop.
What? The tape's there.
All you want, but you don't need to be going on and on.
I can go on and on as long as I want.
See, this cop don't even know what he's talking about. You can stand as long as you want, right? So the supervisor, until a sergeant comes or a corporal bigger than him, when he gets there, he will be able to put more substance and training to it, hopefully, okay, which I doubt. But this guy right here he's calling shots now, and you could tell by his training that his department's not up on what is constitutionally protected and what isn't. Because he said you could stand there, right? Like he was giving him permission to stand on a sidewalk, right? And you can record, but you can't redress. That's basically what he was saying, because that's what that's what, not easy. Forgive me. I was thinking about my other buddy. That is what For the Record was doing. You know, he was redressing him for the bad behavior that he was displaying.
Okay, well,
That's a freedom of speech,
right out of here too,
right?
okay?
No, I got the freedom of speech.
So the media staging area, if you want to do any media, is going to be across the
No,
street.
it's
So
right
we
here.
can-
There ain't no meeting staging area.
Okay, we'll block it off and we'll get you out of here.
Well, then to block it
Now,
off,
see,
get the tape
only,
out.
now that is called prior restraint. And look at this. Look at this devil right here. This guy right here immediately needs his gun taken from him. He is a threat to society. He is escalating. He's intimidating. Look at him. Look at the stare. If looks could kill, I'm sorry, my friend. For the record, I think you would drop right there if looks could kill.
Tape out and tape this whole area so they get out of here.
Tape the
See, and that's called prior restraint. That's how ignorant these people are. I'm going to do this to get you out of here. I'm gonna get rid of your camera. I'm gonna get rid of your redress instead of saying, you know what, my name's so and so. I know you have a right to be here. Hey, I apologize for this moron's behavior. I'll talk to him later about it, but in the meantime, just let me get my wits and keep my focus on this and and we'll talk later. And that is how you bridge that gap, okay? But this cop don't have no communication skills.
See, that's why now he's doing it just because we're recording. Look at no, because we're keeping him transparent.
Look at the bootlickers
Interfering with
We
our
keep him
investigation.
transparent.
interfering. Here we go with the normal gangster intimidating tactics to go hands-on. Ralston, let me explain something to you. If you ever see my video, you better hope you never come in contact with me or Spanky Pants or MCC or somebody that's well seasoned and ready to bite that ass, because the judo that I'm going to verbally express that's going to take a bite out of crime, literally, and there's going to be a chunk of your ass missing, figuratively, because you are committing crimes when you treat the people with that type of disdain, and causing a disturbance is a misdemeanor. Threatening to put your hands on him is a misdemeanor. It's deprivation of rights.
Parents. Now,
You can't.
hey, if you can't pay attention to your own goddamn scene, you shouldn't be a cop. You shouldn't be a cop.
That's the bad guy.
You ain't got to step back. Who are you to tell another man what to do?
That's the bad.
You ain't.
Oh, now he wants to be nice. Hear the difference in his tone when he knows that he cannot intimidate you anymore. Now that the little punk has been rebuked by a steward of society, now he's got to take a different tactic.
You're just another man.
Job, dude.
You're just
Bad,
another
bro.
man.
There's nothing wrong. We're just filming. You just harassed.
Okay, you guys can record over there from across the street, okay?
Look at orders by him just to keep us back, just because we're filming. No, nothing, anything lawful than that.
Prior restraint.
That everybody
In
else.
California, it's called the Bain Act.
Yes, you guys already break the law. You
Stop
guys
acting like
harassed.
a cop. You ain't no
You guys
cop, okay?
harassment. Let's
You
just break
ain't
the
no
law.
cop.
Huh?
You ain't no cop.
Well, did I say I'm a cop? I said
You're
I'm
acting
not a
like
cop.
when you're trying to
I
give
do on my
orders.
own.
You're trying to give orders.
Wait a minute. Why does this guy have a cop car if he's not a cop? Isn't that impersonating an officer coming up on the scene with a gun and badge and has police on the side of his vehicle? I'm confused.
Uh-huh.
Like you're a cop.
Hey, look, I suggest you guys leave before you guys make your situation worse, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, this little badge right here is making it worse, guys. Look at this. I suggest you leave. So basically what he's saying is, look, I know we're not intimidating you right now, but if you don't get intimidated, you're going to regret it. So you better stop right now.
We ain't gonna make my situation worse.
I make it worse.
Yeah, you,
Oh, I make it worse. He's definitely speaking for himself. He's not speaking for any department that is supposed to be professional and courteous to everybody that employs him, unless they are creating a fucking scene that would make them creating or committing a crime.
you can make
I
whatever
make it
you want.
fucking way worse.
We can make it
Whoa! I told you.
worse
I'd love
then.
to make it worse.
Make it worse
There
then.
goes
Make
to that
it worse.
intimidation tactic.
What are you gonna do to make it worse? What are you gonna do to make it worse?
I know.
They got open containers, so if anything,
No
they're
way.
gonna get arrested for having open containers.
I love it for the record. He's like, they're going to the go-to. I love it. That is a trap.
Across the street, okay?
Okay, well, go ahead. Go. Do your thing.
See, that right there is illegal. So he's following you wherever you go until he gets you to the spot where he wants you. That's not how that goes.
Butthurt.
Wow. You just seized every
Bunch of little bitches.
25 square feet. Ooh, big whippy.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's all that
What's
is.
your name and badge number?
Exactly. That's
It's
right. Tyrant Clowns. You got it.
I don't know. What is it? What is it? You tell me what it is.
Heck
You
yeah,
are
God,
intoxicated.
What is
God
it?
bless
Is that
you
what it
for
looks like?
Joe,
Your mannerisms are saying
for the
yes.
record,
Oh,
how you
okay.
doing, bud?
That's what
Good
you
to see
think.
you.
You can get it from the police.
Good job on this.
Get your badge number from the police report.
Professional public secretary.
Uh-huh. We ain't scared of cops. You think we're scared of cops?
So what we see here, I
Uh-huh.
believe this stuff right here, I believe that's the crime scene because that's what they have taped. That's all they needed to do. Everything else is not a crime scene. So what they're doing is committing suppression of the First Amendment. You're not allowed to tell people what to do just because they're getting on your nerves. Houston v. Hill says so.
We ain't scared of cops. You think we're scared of cops, man? Look at that's your buddy, man.
Embarrassing you guys.
You can't even call them pigs, guys. Well, you got to find a name for them. So in the meantime, we'll just call them tools. See, they pulled up in this car, right? Let's see. Where are you at? Here's the record. For the record, excuse me. Did they get out of this car right here?
See, they're making this crime scene not because to preserve evidence. They're not doing it to preserve evidence, but they're doing it just to put us back.
Yeah, I put the filming tape up.
That's it. They're not doing it to preserve evidence. They're just doing it to push us back.
Because their feelings got hurt.
There's no law there at all. No law. And I'd go right up to the tape and just sit there and keep calling him. Hey, Piggy, I got something for you.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. Could you tell me what his name
Oh, Piggy,
and badge number is?
Here, Tyrant.
I was gonna say, I don't know.
It'll be on the call though. You can just
What is it?
It's going to be on the call. So
Well, I don't know the call. You know, I don't want to go through.
So you can get
Oh.
the 242 cops.
Okay.
Let them know it was first and central and what time it happened, and it's all public. Okay.
Okay, but I just like to hear you guys be professional and be able to tell the other person, you know, let us know who is.
Of course.
What person is which person and everything, you know?
Yeah. Well,
Because this guy,
somebody might die. So it's a serious.
well, yeah, but you know what I mean? This guy didn't tell you to put up the tape until we were over here, and then not to preserve evidence, but to push us back.
So
You know what I
crime
mean?
scenes can expand as the investigation.
But it wasn't for that purpose. He did it at the time that we were here, and then decided.
Whatever you want, but we have,
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you're misusing what the tape is for. It's called crime scene tape. You preserve the evidence that's in front of you.
I'm just telling you. What's that? Ralston. The face of a tyrant, guys. The face of a tyrant.
He's mad. He's mad.
You're cool, dude. You're cool. This.
Happy Fuck the Police Day.
Well, dude, this guy came up to us. Did you see how he came up to us?
That's all they do.
See how your homie came up to us and started talking shit? He came up to him like he was all boss.
That's all we do is harass law enforcement, huh? Okay.
For your mama to warn you, motherfucker.
Oh, now he's calling you out your name. There's no way that this guy, see that gun right there? That looks like a Glock. That looks like some type of Glock right there. Some type of, that might be a 40 caliber. Look at that big ass gun and all them. There's just no way that this guy should have a gun talking and being hired for security for this place in any shape or fashion, and to have a badge, you know, he's definitely. He says he's not a cop, but he's got a badge and a gun, and he's wearing a uniform. I don't get it.
See, man,
Even rent-a-cops here in the state of Michigan are most of them are under the supervision of IMCOL certified, meaning they can have arrest powers and they can testify against you. So they have the power to detain and arrest.
you're cool, bro. You're cool. This dude, he's got a short man,
Little man complex.
Yeah, can't even say it.
Little man complex. Little man complex. You guys think he's overcompensated? He's overcompensating with that 45 on his side, man. That's what's going on. He's a clown in a gangster suit, literally.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate it, man. The little help you gave me. You know, I know you're trying to just do your job and everything.
Of course.
But, you know, you guys have to protect our rights, too, as well. You know what I mean?
Is that alcohol?
It's nobody's business.
Well, it's in a brown bag.
So,
you know, you can't drink in public, right?
It's in a brown bag, and
Okay, so typically only alcohol places put alcohol in brown bags.
but you got to have a little more.
What's up?
You got to have a little more reasonable.
he just stepped up on him so he can sniff. Don't think he didn't walk up on him for anything. He wanted to come take a sniff.
Articulable suspicion
That is reasonable suspicion.
No, it ain't.
Yeah.
Just that it's a brown bag and a brown bottle is not enough. That's not enough to believe that someone.
I'm just
is
letting
drinking.
you know, if
Mhm.
it's alcohol and I end up smelling it, you could be cited for it.
Did you hear that? If I end up smelling it, which Rodriguez, you're not going to smell it.
Okay.
Okay. If
Right
you
now
smell
I
it.
can't smell it, but
Okay.
Hey, if you know what I would do if I was you, I would like put a little non-alcoholic beer in there, just a little bit at the bottom, so it does have a smell to it.
If you can smell it. And if I was
Or
stumbling,
put some vinegar in it. Put some vinegar in it. That'll really get them.
if you can smell
we
it,
don't
if
need
I
all
was.
that. So there's a city code for.
I was
drinking
smelling
alcohol.
it enough. I think that would be reasonable enough. You know what I mean? That would be reasonable to be like, what's that?
Where are you guys from?
Oh, I'm from here.
From here?
He's from there.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm from here. He's from there.
Nice. What are you guys doing downtown?
Appreciate you being more professional.
I know.
You guys are security guards? What are they?
I've never seen them in my life.
I love it. I love it. I
I have no
love it.
idea. They're not part of our department.
Yeah, we don't like that thing blue line stuff. We don't like guys wearing all over his hat. It's a division between
Yeah.
public.
Just like some cops are addicted to ID.
Nah, at first I thought he was part of you guys, and I was like, what's that?
Did they
And
get
I thought it was on his uniform because I wouldn't expect you to be wearing no blue line on your uniform or have it on the on the vehicles or anything like the American flag. That's good, but when you put something like that, you're promoting yourself. It's like saying vote for Trump. You know what I mean? But you're not saying vote for Trump. You're saying vote for us.
Yeah, there you go.
Expression of the flag, you know?
Yeah.
Never heard it that way, but I'm guessing you feel that way.
That's what you can't be. The people will promote you guys. We'll promote you if you guys do good. We'll say, hey, these are
Good
good
point.
cops
There
here.
you
They're
go.
doing their job. They're
Let them know.
they're protecting our rights. They're honoring their oaths, and we'll promote you.
So our channel is about transparency,
What channel is your guys' channel?
mine.
Yeah.
Mine's a whole corner fist in the air.
And yours?
For the record,
Good job,
11777.
guys. Good
How
job.
long have you guys been doing it?
I've been doing it for a little over a year.
A little over a year.
Mine about a little over 2 years.
Is that like something you do for like work? Do you make money off of it?
Exercising my First Amendment.
Just being activist, trying to
Yeah, I'm not
engage
saying
in.
you're doing anything wrong. I'm just wondering.
Not just just trying to
And
keep.
that right there means everything. That means everything in the world because he Are you guys listening in Four Corners? Are you listening? For the record, now I'm going to show you something. That's where you should have addressed him and said, hold up. You just conceded that I wasn't doing nothing wrong. You just conceded that there was nothing wrong with what I was doing, but yet you wanted to push me back. Why? That's where it shows. The record, like you, that's the name of your channel, For the Record. For the record, it shows you doing what those guys couldn't do and overcompensating in using something that goes out of the basic guidelines of preserving evidence. The only thing you were preserving there was your egos. And that is called redress. And the reason why I could tell you this and to go on and further explain how you're his boss and how you pay his wages and his gratitude goes a long way. It's bad enough I got to pay you a paycheck, let alone respect you. You earn respect.
Transparency in our government and our public services, educate the public, let them know what their rights are, and let them know what your responsibilities, what your limits are. Let them know what your powers, your limits of your powers are.
You know, you guys are law officers. And we break commit a crime or break the law. That's when you guys come in. Other than that, you guys got to follow the same laws we do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And honoring your oath and respecting our rights and defending our rights too. You know what I mean?
What I'm talking about.
Vic versus Khalif, you ever
Can't wait till the
There's so much case law. There's no way I can learn about all
case
of it.
law. Did you say?
There's so much.
You know what I mean?
look at Vic versus Khalif? You ever heard of case law?
Oh,
There's
Smith
so
versus
much
Smith.
case law. There's no way I can learn about all of it.
No, not all of it.
Yeah. There's
well, just the important ones. See what, in my opinion, because they were talking about obstruction and your what you guys were being gaslit on in the very beginning by the tall wannabe supervisor. He went there on you. He was basically telling you that you're obstructing his investigation and it's against the law to do so. And he's just wrong. He's just flat out in error and wrong, because Houston v. Hill, it's already decided by the 9 Supreme Court justices back in 1983, I believe it was, when they decided that that police officers cannot criminalize speech, and they have to speech is not any way obstructing. It's got to be obstruction is a physical act. So hopefully you did tell them that. I don't know if you did or not, but I just wanted to show those wannabe pigs and that type of behavior that these guys allow them to get away with, because they were on a public sidewalk. Okay, those rent-a-cops were on a public sidewalk. They are no longer working. I don't know if that was the corner place that employed them. I don't know if they're working for the taxpayers, but I do know that on that sidewalk, he has no authority and he was threatening you. And if you really, in my opinion, I think you should take that to his boss, wherever they're at, and show him that he's going to hurt somebody or is going to get himself killed one day because he's not a cop and he's playing like he is.
case law all over the country. It's like
Mm-hmm.
they give us as much as we need to try to do our job, and even then it's not enough. So it's you guys got to understand that we're human beings too. So sometimes you guys have to be reasonable with us because our understanding of things. And that's what our courts is.
Whenever you're in,
But see, the only reason why his statement right there would be true is if he was your boss. You don't have to understand a damn thing because you're his boss. You have a right to your opinion. You don't have to like anything he says because that's not a fact. He's just stating his opinion. I think you guys need to understand. To me, that's another directive and an opinion where he has no authority, because they're not to presume anything. In most of their code of conducts that I've read, and I've read many, and what I've seen out of code of conducts is that they're not in the presumption of any investigation. They are not to presume anything that's not in facts, and that's what he's doing. He's stating in his opinion because he thinks he's in a cordial back and forth. So the average bootlicker is going to see the badge and submit to what he's saying, but not to us, not to Four Corners and For the Record, because they didn't buy that shit. Because this guy's on camera.
Conflict. Whenever you're in conflict with the law and somebody doing something, you always go to you can go to the.
No, our court system is not for you to use as your personal stomping grounds to arrest somebody and go and use these basic ostracizers that will defame and literally break down behavior that you are identifying in good faith under the Fourth Amendment, that you said you had probable cause that this person committed a crime. That's what the courts is for, crime, not feelings.
To the Constitution right away before we have to go to court, before you send somebody into the system. You resort to the Constitution because that's the supreme law.
Yeah.
That's the supreme law. That overrules the statutes, that overrules ordinances, it overrules policies.
Yeah, he's right. For the Record is right. Basically, all those ordinances are infringements upon your rights if it's not in the MCLs, or excuse me, in your state's legislation. If your state legislators didn't write that, your lawmakers, duly elected lawmakers, didn't make that and create that law is null and void.
All those are not law. The law is the Constitution, which is our rights.
So the local laws are supposed to give people more rights than the Constitution. Right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's what it's supposed to. Not.
Yeah, and so it's gotten muddled over the years, but it's because nobody's
talking about operating standard procedure, which is corporate law, which that is an error. Always constitutional. Remember the difference between lawful and legal, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly.
You got directive policy, which is constitutional law, operating standard procedure, which is corporal law.
Exactly.
So now the way everything is, it's kind of it's too late, but it's like this kind of stuff doesn't necessarily help, right?
It does.
Oh, yes, it does. It helps us. It protects us from you.
It does. It's made a change. It's made a difference.
We could differ in opinion,
but I think it's made a difference from what I've seen. I've seen a lot how the way police have been before, and now they know that at any time that they're going to be transparent, and they gotta know what the law is, respect people's rights.
I was just catching up on so whatever this guy did, I don't know what he did, but
all people are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
Look at this punk. This guy's a punk, man.
He's just a security guard.
So I'm assuming if somebody fell and off the ledge up there and they have somebody arrested, I'm assuming that person is in custody for assault with intent to do great bodily harm less than a crime of murder. I heard what the cop said. The cop said somebody may be dying. He could die. So, and I heard you say somebody went off the ledge.
I wonder if there's a club there.
They said this one. They said they're all. This one they're going. They said they're all soaking in there.
Yeah, look at all these people in their crime scene. If these were witnesses, I would understand. And they're not closing the club down after somebody was assaulted. You guys know everything that these cops did is a sham.
He's really representing that thin blue line in his hat.
Oh yeah.
You see how this so-called wannabe supervisor in training was talking to this guy right here? They're getting their stories correct because this guy is going to write a supplemental report and he is going to write a report against you two. If I was you, I would remember his name and badge number, okay, and go and FOIA request that in records and get his body cam and find out what that conversation is about, because they could be committing conspiracy.
So I'll die for this blue line.
At the very least, they're getting their story straight. So they're gonna use their corrosive tactics for the record and Four Corners. What they're gonna do is, in my opinion, I think they're gonna go back and he's gonna write a report. He's gonna write a supplemental report, and they're gonna blame all the cussing and all the stuff on you because of their opinions on your demeanor and the bag and what was in the bag. So that's why they didn't fall for it, okay? Because they know that they feel that you're baiting them as it is, okay? So, and it's good that you guys are out there showing them, that you can't assume anything. You gotta act on facts. Yeah, all that cussing and crap that you guys heard, they're gonna blame that on you guys.
That's the steam coming out of his ears. Motherfucker.
That guy's a tyrant, man. I can see it in his eyes.
Yeah. Hey, I just want to tell you, I appreciate your professionalism again and being able to talk with us and kind of bridging the gap between the public and the police there, man. And, being able to talk and being able to talk about the law and what we know, what we don't know, maybe muddy waters to you. You know what I mean? Try to clarify things.
Good job.
And respecting our right and not jumping to conclusions. You know what I mean? I've already had cops just grabbing my arm before they even knew anything.
That's awesome. So I'm going to skip ahead. Let's see how this ends. We've seen the perp walk already. Let's see. I'm assuming Four Corners is live. I don't blame you. It's good that you was live because you got the short men's complex right there. You got little Timmy that's got his ass whooped his whole life wearing a badge and a gun now. And he's not even a cop.
You guys can share your links if you want to.
Yeah, definitely share y'all links in here.
Okay.
Wondering if
Hey!
what up, baby?
Keep the American flag, man. That's a little bit better than the blue line flag. It's
Well, it's a lot better. Not a little. It's a lot better. I love that flag. Amen. Hallelujah. Whatever. That's my country. That's our country, guys. We live in the greatest country that has an awesome constitution. It's one of the best written documents in the world.
stands for all of us together, friends, Americans.
There you go.
Unity.
Yeah.
One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Not just us, not just sovereign citizens, but the rest of us too.
That's the American flag, not the blue line flag.
Right.
What did you say about the blue line?
American, man. The American flag.
You got to, next time you guys see him, make sure you say happy short fuck the police day. Happy fuck short cops day.
This is a special club. It's a special club.
You see how they're letting them in? You think that's an equal appliance of the law, ladies and gentlemen? See that?
All right. Take it down. Take it down. Here.
Anyways, you guys did a good job on this video, and I just want to congratulate you guys and tell you how much I appreciate what you guys are doing out there. And for the rest of you guys, definitely go and support each other. Those of you that have wrenches, put everybody's stuff in here. Hippie, go ahead, put yours in here. I think you still got a wrench in here, don't you? I don't know. You haven't been around for a while. Is that even you? When I know it's you for a fact, I'll let me see. It looks like you. When I know it's you for a fact, I'll. And it is you. There we go. Yeah, happy. It's good to see you, bud. Anyways, guys, just support each other, man. You know, and I'm gonna warn people right now. And Hippie will tell you the same thing. Excuse me, I'm sorry. You have to understand something. There are a lot of jealous people that are in positions out here that have big channels that help other people get bigger, that are picking and choosing who they want to be successful and who they don't. And when they have a certain beef against somebody and they start defaming them, don't get yourselves involved in that. You know, everybody here knows that I have nothing against you. You are here because you like me and you support me, and I support you. Know this. Don't let nobody ever accuse you of something or gaslight you into something. And always people come in with, I got people that come in as a lot of different people at pretending to be. I had somebody that was Joe Cool forever coming in and just, I would give them a wrench and boom, it was just knocking people out left and right. And I'm like, what? That's just one example. And that wasn't on this channel. That never happened on this channel. That happened on another channel that I wasn't paying attention on. And I knew better, but I just took it for granted because I really didn't care. That was my small channel. It's about 300 subscribers. No big deal. And if you guys definitely go and support Hippie and Four Corners and For the Record, and even Jonathan, Rob McBride, he'll be doing cop watches with me pretty soon, guys. If I'm up to it, hopefully. Launchpad, how you doing, bud? It's good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. You disagree, of course. I don't know what was you disagreeing with. I'll let you state your facts, or excuse me, I'll let you state your opinion. What are you talking about, Launchpad? What are you disagreeing with, sir? With Hooker. Yeah. So it's always good to see you, Randall. Everybody, man, it's always good to see you guys up in here. I can appreciate you guys, man. And don't, like I said, man, don't ever let nobody, even if bigger channels are arguing, stay out of it. See, that's what happened with Brooklyn and I. He let the influence. I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to come out and just say it because I don't care what this guy thinks. I'm not going to hell for him. I'm not going to hate him for what he's done. And I can't believe how he did what he did. And there's nothing, I mean, you guys seen the behavior. It's not just him falling out with me. It's the rest of that goes with what's happening to him in his disease. So, what we have to do is we have to ignore him. We have to ignore that type of trolling. So there was, as soon as I seen 3 major mods up in there, and it was from some of those guys down there from down south that I knew that were troublemakers from the get and gaslighting me from the get, and they expect a guy like me not to handle myself, right? Not to defend myself because I'm handicapped, and they're not they're showing, they're really showing that because they believe that my handicap makes me weaker, that they automatically are superior to me. Yeah, that's just how people think, guys. The most of you ain't like that. Most of you love my work. You're supporters. Hey, I get it. I get it. But I'm telling you, these ableists out here, they are just as bad as bootlickers, if not worse. They're dangerous to the community. And if you're going to support people like that, I would just tell you to beware, man, because that could be your head on a chopping block next. And if you don't believe me, just go and ask some of the people in the community that's been around a while. They'll tell you. Wolverine, he could be a prick. He could be a defensive prick. But somebody was the offender. He didn't go looking for it because I'm not a troll, guys. Anyways, y'all have a great day. God bless. Wolvie's going back quiet, reading the mail for show.